Alrighty, so how to choose the right keywords for your law firm's PPC or SEO strategy. My name is Bill Hauser, owner of the SMB team. You can see our website right here. We do a lot of marketing for law firms all over the United States for, I think we're up to maybe 20 different practice areas or so at this point. And I wanted to make this video because if you choose the wrong keywords to go after for your law firm's internet marketing strategy, you can set yourself up for disaster, okay? There are some serious concerns with ranking on page 1 for the wrong keywords. For example, if you rank on page 1 in your market for pro bono family law attorney or free legal aid, criminal lawyer, you are going to get lit up with the wrong types of phone calls, which puts an operational bottleneck on your company and can cause a lot of problems. So the 80-20 principle, the most important thing with your internet marketing is who you go after. Okay, so many of the marketing greats say you want to go after the bleeding neck. You want to go after the people who actually you can work with, okay? So the most important thing here is to self-audit, so audit yourself and say, am I happy with the types of cases that are coming in from the keywords that I'm currently tackling with my SEO strategy, with my PPC strategy? If the answer is no, I'm not happy with the quality of calls and cases I'm getting, then this video is going to help you tremendously in creating a plan around what keywords you really want to go after. Okay, and I just want to say this up front. We will work with you if you do want us to put together a keyword analysis for your niche or your practice area. So if you do want us to do that for you, just go to smbteam.com and you could either go to the contact page or you could click get proposal, and either of those will send to our team and we can help you out. Okay, so the first thing to do before you do anything, before you go into the good old keyword planner, is you need to ask yourself, what practice areas am I in, or what practice areas do I target, right? But then the most important question comes next is, if I could only market for 5 specific types of cases, what would those 5 cases be? Okay? Now, just like with any goal setting exercise, you always want to start with where you want to go, what you want, before you go and do all this busy work and choose the wrong keywords. Okay? So what do you want? Okay? Do you want soft tissue accidents for, soft tissue, for like auto accidents? Do you want just felonies for criminal defense? If so, what types? Do you just want high net worth divorce cases? Do you just want whatever it is, okay? Mass torts. Do you litigate medical malpractice in-house and that's your big focus? If so, what types of med mal, okay? Vital that you get clear on what you want to market for, okay? That makes all the effort worthwhile. Okay. Next, I want you to think quality, not quantity, okay? I don't want you to think of 50 million, keywords that I just want to, dominate for everything, unless you have the budget to, okay? Because it's a lot easier to go after niche phrases that have commercial intent than it is to go after the bucket phrases that all of your competitors type in when they're doing research on what ads you're running and what blog posts you're showing up on page 1 for, wasting your budget, wasting clicks, okay? So I want you to get specific and think quality, not quantity, okay, first. And then next, after these 2 things have been done, okay, next, you need to think first, before you go into the analytics, like a human being, okay, a human being. This is so important that we found. We're very data-oriented people at my company, but we've taught ourselves over time that when you're doing keyword analysis, you have to think like a human being, okay? You don't think like a computer. you don't immediately go into the weeds of data and look at, what Google's spitting back to you. First, you go, okay, what would a human being type in if they were going through this circumstance? Soft tissue accident, catastrophic auto accident. What would be going through their heads? And a lot of times what you'll find is they're not searched very often, which I'm going to show you in the next point. So only once you are clear on the practice areas you're going after, if you could only market for 5 specific keywords, what would they be? And then you think quality, not quantity. And then you think like a human being, like what would your potential client type in? Then you move to the 4th step. Okay, the 4th step is keyword. Well, maybe that would be the 5th step, is to go to Google's keyword planner. That's my point. So after you've thought like a human being, you've prioritized what's important to you, then, okay, take a deep breath, go to the keyword planner. Okay, now if you don't know what this is Google's free tool where you can do research in your market as to how many times per month people are searching different phrases. Okay, this is vital for your success online. Okay, so you're going to go to ads.google.com, log into your account. If you don't have an account, we'll create an account for you if you need. If not, just Google how to do it. Then we're going to go here. Once you log in, you're going to go to Keyword Planner. Okay, and then this is what's going to pop up. You're going to see Discover New Keywords or Get Search Volume and Forecast. You're going to click on Discover New Keywords. Okay, you're going to start with keywords, not with a website, because your website might have the wrong information on it. So you want to start with the keywords you decided on. Okay, then you type them in. So, and you don't want to mix practice areas here. You want to do it practice area by niche case type, segmented by niche case type, segment. You don't want to muddy it all together and type in, motorcycle accident lawyer, and then in the other search, medical malpractice lawyer, because it's going to dilute your results. You'll see what I mean. So let's say, motorcycle or accident lawyer was your search term. Okay, beautiful. So let's say that was your term. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to look for is what is a commercial intent term versus a research term. Okay, now it's perfectly fine in your SEO strategy to go after research terms. But when you're creating Google ads, you need to go after commercial intent terms, but you also want to go after commercial intent terms with your SEO. What does commercial intent mean? It means someone has an intention to do business, to hire a lawyer. They're not just fluffing around online, okay? Commercial intent is where you make your money. Research is where you expand your awareness in your market. Does that make sense? Okay, commercial intent is where you make your money, where people actually call you. Research terms are where you expand your presence in your market by showing up for commonly researched terms that relate to the practice area you're targeting. Okay, so for this, we can see a lot of, and first things first, you have to choose your location. It's going to automatically set you up in United States. So we're located in Philadelphia, so I just chose the Philadelphia DMA. Be careful though, DMAs can extend way outside of your region. So just always be very careful looking at what geographic area you selected. If you're in a low traffic area, like if I was in upstate Pennsylvania here, I'd want to do a bigger net because I'm not going to get much data from Google's keyword planner if I do a small net in a small population area. All right, so we chose our area, okay? Next, these are the results that were spit out by Google, okay? Everything motorcycle accident related. Now, what most people do, now you've come up with your terms. Now, most people, most agencies, most lawyers, marketing agencies for lawyers and lawyers who have in-house people that do marketing will start by sorting by average monthly searches, meaning They'll look at what's searched the most in my market, right? It seems logical, but it's actually a mistake because a lot of these terms are going to be typed in by competitors or other marketing agencies to do research. Okay, so what we like to do is we like to sort by the opposite way just to get the creative gears turning. Okay, so you can see a lot of near me's. Now, your chance of having someone, we talk about the human factor, your chance of finding someone who's a real life human being who needs a real life motorcycle lawyer is way, way increased when you go to the searches that are only 10 times a month. Okay? And you do that by, again, reverse sorting the list by low traffic. Now, what we found little insights like, for example, people who are injured in a motorcycle accident usually will type in human phrases like motorcycle crash lawyer or motorcycle wreck attorney. These terms are money, okay? They're not searched that much, but they are very, very valuable because they signify commercial intent, i.e. they're looking for a lawyer, and it's a human term. Wreck, crash is less likely a competitor of yours is going to type that in. So you want to look for phrases that are human phrases. Now, this is a very specific term to target for just Philadelphia. So let's zoom out and let's look at family law attorney. Beautiful. And apologies for the background noise. We have a 2,000 square foot office behind me. Everyone's working right now. And I'm recording this video on my team. We have 10 full-time employees here as of now. Again, if you guys want to download one of our, if this is all confusing to you and you just want us to send you a keyword analysis sheet for your niche, reach out to us on smbteam.com and let me know. Okay, so for family law, we're doing the same thing. Now, another thing you'll find is what are called negative keywords, okay? So you're going to see, like for some lawyers don't do payment plans and just want to target high net worth for family law. So we always suggest excluding the words, cheap, legal aid, pro bono, free, advice, stuff like that, where it's someone who clearly is not ready to hire a lawyer or financially qualified to. So now the only reason we do this is to find some phrases that are more human for you to go after, okay? That's it. Then we can sort back by top to bottom. Now, when we sort from top to bottom, we need to understand that there's a higher chance we're going to waste money on terms like divorce lawyer than we will on a term like, divorce mediation lawyer. Whether you do mediation or not, it's not the point. That's a more specific term that a real life human being would type in. There's an increased chance that your competitors are going to be clicking on your ads and doing market research on your SEO blog posts if you go after just divorce lawyers. So ultimately what we do here for family law is we would export this list, which you do right here, download keyword ideas, and then it goes into an Excel spreadsheet. You only want to keep 2 columns once it exports. Keywords, average monthly searches. That's it. Then what you do is you take the list of terms that you liked. Now keep in mind, if you're not an expert with Google, you may have written down 5 keywords that aren't searched at all, so you have to find the next closest things to go after keyword-wise. So I sorted this by average monthly searches, high to low. And now, after looking through stuff, I'm going to, the keywords on here, I'm going to now go through and bold the keywords I want. And I'm going to go and put in red the keywords that have terms I don't want, like pro bono. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a list of all of the what we call keyword buckets that we want to go after, right? Now, if you're just a high net worth divorce lawyer, you may not want to go after the word, the terms divorce lawyer. You may want to look through that keyword analysis list and go out, look for terms that indicate someone has a high net worth, high assets, etc. And it is possible to find that, by the way. And you can do demographic targeting on Google now, so you can target people by household income. Okay, so long story short, this is what we call a keyword analysis sheet, where you have bolded all the keywords that you go after. Now, again, if you have multiple niches you're going after, you're going to want to do this for multiple niches. Also, for the motorcycle accident keyword idea that I did, let me type this in again. Do not trust Google's information here, right? Type in things that are, if you're just looking to dominate this niche, type in things like, like bike accident lawyer. Type in things like motor bike accident lawyer. The reason I like doing that is sometimes you will find terms that Google didn't give you. Keep in mind, Google's goal is to have you bid on terms that are going to make them a lot of money through the pay-per-click strategy. In your blogging strategy, same thing goes. You can try as hard as you want to rank on page 1 in your market for motorcycle accident lawyer, but it would be a lot easier for you to rank on page 1 for something more specific, like, let's say best motorcycle accident attorney, if you had the title of your blog post that, and your meta description include that, and the text within the blog post mention that exact phrase. So then there's other tools you can use, but ultimately the end result here, if you know you succeeded, is when you finish these keyword groups. Now, if you're doing PPC, you're going to want to include match types, which, there's 3 match types we like to use, which is exact, phrase, and broad modified. If you want an educational thing on that, you can Google it, match types on Google, or you can reach out to us. We'd be happy to give you some advice. But long story short, you're going to have a list of groups of keywords that you want to go after, right? Then these keywords, this end result, which is what we call, again, a keyword analysis sheet, or whatever you want to call it, we call it a keyword analysis sheet, will then direct your content strategy, direct your Google ads, direct everything you do on your website and your internet marketing from this point forward. So this is a very important thing to have built for your law firm, and always have it developing. Another 2 things you can use, or one thing you can use, is SpyFu. Similar to SEMrush, you can use SpyFu to look up what some of your competitors are doing, and see what keywords they're bidding on. So if you typed in, Joe Schmo, I don't know how to spell Schmo, law.com, it would then show you what keywords your competitors are bidding on. I may make another video on how to use SpyFu because it's so valuable. And that may give you some ideas, because if your competitors who are a little ahead of you are bidding on keywords, it's probably working for them. Okay, so you learned about the difference between commercial intent and research keywords. You learned about how to create negative keywords within here. Okay, and you learn how to use the Google Keyword Planner, most importantly. So once you feel that you've chosen all your proper keywords, the next thing you have to do is integrate all of this into your SEO, or sorry about that, got cut off. But once you get all of this done, you then want to make sure that you integrate this into your SEO and or PPC strategy. So your Google advertising strategy or your SEO blog website strategy. The way to do that best is, for SEO, just make sure the keywords that you choose, you're including in the meta descriptions of the blogs you put out. You're including it in the actual blog text, okay? And then for PPC, make sure you're creating specific ad groups for each bucket of these high-value keywords that you want to target for your law firm. And then include those negative keywords that you don't want your ads to show up for For example, if you're a family law attorney, again, you don't want to show up for pro bono, free, affordable, stuff like that. So the goal here, again, is for you to pull in the highest value cases with the lowest amount of work needed for your internet marketing for your law firm. Okay, great. So in conclusion, you guys now know how to choose the right keywords for your law firm. And again, if you want us to provide you a keyword analysis sheet for your practice areas and your niche, just reach out to our company and we will help you. I hope this video is valuable. If you have any areas of improvement I could do or other things you have questions about, please leave it in the comments. It's the only way we know how to improve these videos and give you more valuable information. So thank you so much for watching.